Command and control points, weapon depots, and other military facilities that Russia uses for its offensive in the Kharkiv region are legitimate targets for strikes with American weapons. It does not matter if they are in Ukraine or in the Russian Federation. The US and several other NATO member countries have authorized the Ukrainian defense forces to use short-range HIMARS missiles and artillery against targets in Russia. At the same time, Washington's policy prohibiting the use of long-range ATACMS missiles for strikes deep inside Russia has not changed.
They're authorized to be used in proximity to the border when they're being used on the other side of the border to attack specific targets in Ukraine. We're not authorizing strikes 200 miles into Russia. We're not authorizing strikes on Moscow, on the Kremlin.
Partial permission for the Ukrainian armed forces to strike Russia with American weapons is insufficient, according to Speaker of the House Mike Johnson. He believes Washington should stop micromanaging the military efforts in Ukraine. Congressional Republicans have urged the Pentagon to lift all restrictions on Kyiv's use of ATACMS.
You cannot wage a war where the enemy can strike you, but you cannot strike back. I sent a letter to Lloyd Austin urging the Biden administration to lift any bans on ATACMS and other long-range weapons supplied to Ukraine. Reversing this situation is incredibly important to ensure that Russia faces the consequences of its actions. Mike Turner, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, U.S. Congress, on social media X.
The Netherlands, Latvia, Germany, the United Kingdom, France, Canada. In total, about 15 countries have confirmed Ukraine's right to strike Russia using their weapons. In response, Moscow has threatened to arm the West's adversaries, while assuring that strikes in Russian territory will not affect the course of the so-called special military operation. Putin pointed out that such attacks do not cross the notorious Russian red lines, once again proving that his nuclear threats are mere blackmail.
The policies and actions of the West and Ukraine have crossed Russia's supposed red lines several times throughout the war, without significant reaction from Russia, indicating that many of Russia's red lines are likely information operations designed to push the West towards self-restraint. From the report of the American Institute for the Study of War. These statements are made to scare the population of the West and keep their own population on the edge. In the West, it's about scaring the population to exploit the thesis that this supposedly means the West is entering the war and to frighten them with strikes on NATO. But objectively, no, they will not do anything.
Military law does not contain any range restrictions for strikes, so from a military standpoint, if the target is deep within Russian territory, Ukraine should hit it, said NATO Military Committee Chairman Admiral Rob Bauer. Russia produces fuel, transport and weapons and supports aggression with its industry. Therefore, he said, strikes on Russian territory are not only legal, but also logical from a military perspective. Reported by Paul Stelmach, Valeria Nikipelova, UATV News.